I'm really delighted to be here with Philip Shaw today. Philip works for Protectapet and he's going to be on the St. Claus Academy podcast telling us all about cat proofing to keep cats safe. How are you today, Philip?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Thank you for having me on. It's my first time doing this, so I'll do my best,
Hey, really great, really great. So I met Eve a few years ago now. It's probably about 5 years ago at the International Cat Care Conference. She was
Mm.
there talking about Protect a Pet, and I hadn't heard of it before. Um, and I met another lady there who's now a good friend of mine, Sylvia, and I've been to her house, and she's got two beautiful black cats. Um, Liani and Caesar. It's National Cat Black Cat Month as well, and they've got a
Yeah,
protected cat fencing, and they love going outside. But for those of people that might not have heard of you guys, could you tell us a bit about why Eve and her partner Sai set up Protect a Pet, please?
yeah. So they had two cats, two farm cats, Lola and Leo,
Mm.
and tragically Lola died in a road traffic accident.
Mm.
So which was it's tragic, obviously. So Sai came up with an idea to try and protect Leo with the fence barrier. That was the kind of the first time that the concept was designed from Protectapets from the very early days. I don't even think we were called Protectapet back then. um, and Simon sort of started to do this as like a freelance thing on the weekends. He was a teacher, I believe, at the time,
Okay.
um, and then eventually it became a full time thing when Eve came on as well at that point, and they both run the company. And
Yeah.
it's been about 10 years since then. I think it's 10 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And now we do a range of cat-proofing solutions. And we've the design and the concept has come such a long way from those very early days.
Mm.
And I think we've nearly secured to date 35,000 cats in
Wow.
total. And we're not just in the UK, we also have France, the Netherlands, we can ship all across Europe from Rotterdam. So, yeah, we've grown massively since
Yeah.
those very first times. Yeah.
What's down to Rome? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Um, so yeah, out of something really sad and tragic, comes something really amazing to help other cats. So yeah,
Absolutely, the origin of cat proofing has come from the very place of Protectapet of where most customers, they've either experienced that and they're struggling to get another cat, or they're afraid of that happening. So
mm,
yeah,
mm.
um,
I saw some pictures on LinkedIn that you'd won King's Award for Innovation.
absolutely, yeah. That was last year before I joined Protectapet. We got the King's Award for Innovation, which was amazing. I've seen the videos. They went to see the King, and it's quite a prestigious thing.
Yeah,
So I don't believe they hand out that to just anyone. So it's a
also,
pretty wild, yeah.
it's the King's Trust now, but the Prince's Trust originally helped me set up my first business. So yeah,
Cool.
I do some amazing work. So obviously, if someone's thinking about getting a Protect a Pet system for their cat,
Yeah,
um, there obviously are pros and cons to living inside and being outside. But what kind of benefits have customers said to you for kind of being outside with their cat that they better get from
yeah.
outdoors?
Well, there's two things really. There's the indoor cat owner who wants to protect their cat and doesn't want to let them out. And obviously the cat is then missing out on everything that's great about being outdoor. even having the window open, because the cat could sneak out potentially. So, you've got the fresh air, grass, stimulation of nature and being in their natural predatorial way, their instincts to explore outdoors. Um, Now, obviously, it can be very dangerous, because of busy roads, toxic plants, theft, other cats, fights, wildlife, all those things. So, until the discovery of cat proofing, um, you just wouldn't want to let your cat outside because of all those dangers. So, um, yeah, poor cats really, didn't get the opportunity to go out. So now with cat proofing, in form of catios, cat fence barriers, or cat enclosures, or even balcony kits we do now.
Okay.
Cats can go outside and enjoy all the good stuff that they get from being outdoors. There was a study done by University of Lincoln did a study on sort of like cats before and after they had sort of cat proofing. And they did this on all sorts of cats that were just indoors, cats that were roaming free wherever they liked.
Hmm.
And of course, we expected the results for indoor cats to have a better quality of life when they were now outdoors in the cat-proof environment. But what was interesting is cats that roamed free um, actually had a better quality of life in a cat-proofing garden because they were less stressed and because they sort of understood the boundary and they didn't get were on edgy about what's around the corner and anything outside danger coming in, so they were actually less stressed and therefore more happier in a cat-proof garden, even having been a free roaming cat. So that study was really, we didn't expect that result actually, so that was quite good to know.
Yeah, that core territory, I guess. I guess
Yeah,
if you're in a cat dense area where there's lots of cats, especially like cats that are despots and come into, kind of claim territories inside gardens,
yeah,
it can be very hard. Like I've even heard of some cats going in the cat flap that's even microchip, like certain breeds of cat being, following the other cat in
yeah,
a microchip activated cat flap just because they've got that absolute desire to go through, which is can be quite
yeah,
relentless. So yeah. And that's on about 400 cats. So I saw that you did that on more than 400 pet cat owners.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess it can feel conflicting because you want to let your cat outside because you know the benefits. I guess with balcony access as well, things like clients use kind of cat friendly grass and things like that to
yeah.
make the area. I've seen pictures of cat trees, which are great, obviously, because cats feel safer up high. You
Well,
know,
absolutely. I mean, the level of enrichment that you can give your cat in whatever outdoor space you have is down to the owner, really. Cat trees, plants, you know, activities for the cats, cat shelves, things for the cats to do. Often we make videos a lot of installations, and you sort of see the bare bones of a garden when it's just been cat proofed or with fence barriers or a catio, and people think, oh, poor cats just feels like they've got nothing to do. But of course, that's just like now they can add all the enrichment to the quality of life for the cat to enjoy outdoors,
mm,
which is all down to we've done loads of blogs and things about cat-friendly plants and things that you can integrate. We work with other companies like cat tree companies and things like that, just to give people more options. So yeah, the cat can have a much better life.
the most popular cat toy that I found, the most simple cat toy that I read about in a study with Sarah Ellis, is a long, long piece of string, like really long, with a hairband on the end of it. And cats do absolutely love it. Then it's
Oh,
because they
really?
can't see, the string. I know they go up for the string on lots of other toys, like the bird toy and things like that as well. But yeah, they love it. It's just.
I didn't know that. I have to try that one out. Yeah.
Yeah, cardboard box. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? The box.
Love it.
Yeah,
So the catio for patio
yeah,
solutions, how big
yeah.
are they, a range of sizes? Like if someone's got kind
So
of a small
we've
space.
got like a modular system where it can be built bespoke to any sort of orientation and size to fit an area. So it's not just a square that would only work on certain properties.
Okay.
We've got a team that go out and they build these bespoke. We've got a design that allows them to cut and measure and build it in bespoke to that property in that space. So that's pretty cool. And we're working on hopefully bringing out a DIY version of that. So people can order the materials and bespoke create their own modular catio.
Mm.
We're not quite there yet, but previously we've only just had like a box sort of size for a DIY solution on catio, which is why having the Protectapet team installed it's always been much better because it's going to, you'll be able to build it bigger and bespoke to the area.
Mm.
So that's pretty exciting actually, because and we use galvanized steel and we use two caps of special mesh, so it's built to last.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
super high quality, and so yeah, we try and make it look. We've got like a slim profile, so it looks quite nice and sleek as a
Mm.
finish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've seen lots of pictures of them. Obviously, um, the thing I like about them is that they have the cat's welfare at mind, in the sense they're not electric. There's no kind of vibrating collars, there's no kind of pain or
no, there's not. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, there's not actually any moving parts in any of Protectapet's, cat proofing solutions. I know there's some gimmicky like brackets that bend and things like that, but we don't. Yeah, I've got nothing like that. Um, wish I could show you the sort of design process that we go through to. It's amazing. We've got a little R&D section at the back of the warehouse where Simon, is constantly developing the
no.
product and innovating it, and it's amazing, really. We should create some content on that.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would
um,
love to see.
yeah, it's not just like, a shaped bracket and a bit of mesh. Like we've got a patent design on all of our products, a lot of them, because we've worked out so many things about the orientations and exactly how they need to be. Um, so we're quite proud of the product, to be honest. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um, so if somebody wanted to get Protectapet installed, what's kind of the process? I know there's different options depending on what
Yeah.
they
Well, it
choose.
really depends if the customer wants to do it themselves. We do these DIY kits where it comes with all the fixtures, instruction manuals, everything you need. And there's lots of YouTube kind of installation videos too. So you can go down that option and do it yourself, or you can have Protectapet come and install it for you. We cover the whole of the UK. We've also got engineers in Netherlands and France as well. So, but we're mostly focusing in the UK. Um, and well, we have a team here as well, Protectapet. We call them the garden design team, and they can basically look at your garden from the pictures you give us, or even Google Earth, and we can measure the area and sort of look at the different kind of complex areas and give you an idea of how to do it, or book you in for our sort of installation service and come and do it for you.
Yeah.
So we try and make the process as easy as possible, really. And we just can do all the hard work for you
Yeah.
in a way.
I think I'd
Um,
go for option two, to have you guys around, because
yeah,
it took about me 8 hours. Me and my mum's put together a cat tree once.
now as well.
So I think I'd go for
Yeah,
option two, I think. But
yeah,
yeah, I think it's a great option to have. I I know another client of mine, sadly, oh, her cat's okay, luckily, but he got run over just outside her house.
Yeah, yeah,
And the man stopped and she took him to the Royal Veterinary College, a broken hip. On Gabapentin had to have a lot of crate rest, but she knew he was from Cyprus. And she knew he just wasn't suited to an indoor life. It just wasn't right for him. So she got Protectapet, and she said, the peace of mind that that gave her.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
priceless, really.
Absolutely. You know, in some countries like Australia, it's sort of not legal to let your cat roam free. And if the cat is seen out and about, it's sort of, it's not good for the cat.
Yeah,
They can be sort of, put into shelters or whatever, or I think even destroyed.
yeah.
So it's kind of not great. So in Australia, they're a completely
Poison.
different culture where things like catios and are much more common practice.
Mm.
Um, and we've had the new microchip law come into play in the UK.
Mhm.
Um, so, which is great news because that might lead to other laws to protect cats as pets, like dogs, because they get a lot of law protection, unlike cats. So we're hoping, that's a great thing for cats there. Um, we've really made an effort this year at Protectapet to kind of grow the concept of cat proofing.
Mm.
Um, and a lot of people have seen it for the first time, even though we're quite, established company, and they don't understand, because their concept of a cat is just a cat in the street that just does what it wants, and
Yeah.
they don't know why you need to, contain it.
Mm.
Um, Especially if you've got, expensive cats, if you've got a Maine Coon or a Bengal, or
Mm.
exotic pets, cats, which are really popular now. Um, you don't let them out because of those reasons, because of cars, because of theft, because of,
Mm.
um, damage to the cat from other wildlife. So, you know, it's kind of growing in popularity now. I think people are starting to understand, way more why cat proofing is such a great option to, take care of your cat. Um, Even just your regular moggies or even rescue cats, to give them a better quality of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And we're seeing a lot more responsibility from cat owners than ever before recently, which is great, Um, it's great for the cats, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, well, keep up the good work. If you want to find out more about Protectapet, see, check out their Instagram, Facebook, and the Protectapet website, protectapet.co. No, it's .com. Yeah,
Dot com, protectpet.com. Yeah,
perfect. Thank you so much, Philip.
no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Bye.